Big Blue Nation, what's going on? This is the loyal BBN fan, and I am a little stretched out. A little bit. I tell you what, man, first of all, before I start my video, I just want to give a huge shout out to Wofford. I mean, those guys are a lower tier team, and those guys would not stop fighting. Those guys, they fought to the end. And I tell you, as a true fan of the game of basketball, I really just have to come right off the back and just say, great game, guys. Wofford, you didn't give up and you guys didn't go away. So, but you guys was playing the Kentucky Wildcats, and that's kind of what we've been dealing with on and off all year long. Is teams that maybe shouldn't on paper hang with us would give us the game that maybe we should have just ran off with it and we should have just defeated the team. So we was kind of used to that, and we refused to not continue to trust the process of what we've been doing all year. So today we actually got with ourselves. Wofford gave us everything they got and then some. They threw the kitchen sink at us. They threw everything at us. But how great is it that we kept their number one 3-point shooter, the guy who was on the verge of breaking the all-time leading 3-point record? How is it that we keep that guy from not hitting any 3-pointers in the ball game? To me, that's a testament of our defense and what our defense can really do when they are really ready to go. So, it was a really great game. And I don't care who you are as a fan. I don't care if you are a beginner UK fan or if you've been a UK fan for years and years and years. Today was scary. Today, Wofford gave us everything that they had, and we still remain humble. We still remain hungry, and we still refuse to get down on ourselves. When shots wasn't falling, when they was just throwing up anything and hitting it, we refused to give up, because we could have quit and we could have said, okay, whatever. These guys, they're just making all these shots. We should just stop. But I love how they trusted the process. I love how they stayed in there, and I love how they realized just how much of a great team they are, and they still got a purpose for moving on to the Sweet 16. So, this is great, people. This is awesome. We are going to the Sweet 16. I have to give a big shout out for Ashton Hagans today. I tell you, the kid, when we needed special shots, he came through for us. He was able to get to the rim and lay it off the backboard. We've been seeing him do that here lately in some games, and no bigger in the one for today, because he realized that he could take his man off the ball and he can drive past him and use the backboard. I tell you, it wasn't a favorable game on our end because our guys got in foul trouble. But kudos to Cal for realizing that, hey, we got to get some valuable minutes out of Nick Richards, out of EJ, out of Baker came in. What a big shot for Baker. I think that was one of the turning points in the ball game, is when Baker finally got that 3-point shot. I think once he made that 3-point shot, everybody's like, okay, we got this. This is going to be our ball game today. And as soon as he did that, it was awesome, because we just went up and up. Now, we allowed them to come back and make some shots. You got to respect the team that shoots the ball. After all, this team has won 21 straight games. They ain't lost since December. So this group of team, these guys, they came in with such high intensity, with high hopes. As you can see, as they said before the ball game, we're not going to be intimidated by these guys. We're going to play ball until the horn goes off, and that's exactly what they did. We just so happened to have a little bit more than what they had, and it proved down the stretch. So, but UK, great ball game. Everybody, great, great 3-pointer by Hero. I tell you, that guy, he didn't really make the shots all ball game that we wanted him to make. But I tell you what, one thing, when we needed him to have ice in his veins, 2 3-pointer when we needed it the most. And it was so huge. We was getting them rebounds. What a huge block by sophomore Nick Richards. That block down there was so crucial, because I think that guy would have scored that basket. But thank God for Nick Richards, and just think, for him not fouling, going straight up, blocking that ball. That was a huge play, people. I'm telling you, I like this game. I like the fighting we today. It just showed me that, you know what? we're on a destiny this year. We're on a destiny, and we can't expect to go in and beat every team by 40 points, but we can expect one thing. You're not going to out-hustle me. You're not going to outplay me. And I think down the stretch, that's what we wanted. We played our hearts out, and I cannot ask for a better job coming down the stretch. My heart is sore right now. It's going to take me a little while to come down off of it. I'm just glad that I'm coming on this video today, and I'm glad that I'm able to talk to you guys because of a positive win. Because this is huge, people. You just don't understand this confidence, because one thing that this does for us is, this lets us know that teams are going to give us our best like they've been doing all day. But in the NCAA tournament, teams tend to turn it up a whole lot more than usual. So the teams are going to turn it up on us. We just got to know that we are able and, we are capable of withstanding any storm that any team sends our way. And that's what we did today, because Wofford, they had all the momentum. They was in the ball game. They would have betted their life on it that they was going to find a way to win that ball game. But us being the Big Blue Nation, us being the Kentucky Wildcats, we did all we were supposed to do to come out and win that game. Not only did we win that game, we were supposed to win that game, and we're going to continue to win. I'm happy. I can't ask for anything else. The Cats gave me a screw today. They gave you a screw today. But you know what? They came out with the victory, and I'm impressed. I'm happy. Go back to the board. We get a few days off before we got to play again. Go back home. Let everybody get some rest. Let's get ice. Let's get PJ ready. And let's just get ready to play ball, man, because it doesn't get any easier from here. It does not get any easier from here. And I'm excited. I cannot wait to see what holds next for us and where we're going to move on after that. Guys, this is it, dude. This is it. If you a BBN fan, if you love your Kentucky Wildcats, then you should always believe in the blue. I believe in the blue. They was beautiful out there today, people. Let me tell you, I'm sitting on my couch and I'm watching my Kentucky Wildcats play, and I'm excited. I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm cold, I'm warm. I got all kind of emotions going on right now. All kinds of emotions going on right now. But the number one emotion that I got going on is love for my Kentucky Wildcats. And I tell you, they didn't disappoint us today. They came and they let us know that, hey, they got us, baby. They got us. And I can appreciate that. I love that out of our Wildcats. Cal, thank you. Guys, thank you for everything. And just it was huge, man. EJ Montgomery got some good shots today. Quickly stepped up today, played some defense. Baker was playing. I tell you, today collectively, even though they got some good shots and even though they hit some shots from the perimeter, and we got to do just a little bit better, I'd say I have to give us at least a B+ in the way we guarded the perimeter today. Those guys were just shooting balls. They were just running off screens and just shooting, and they were just making shots. So, so kudos. Bravo Zulu to those guys for making those shots. But today we showed that we are the better team, and we showed that we wanted it better. We showed that we on a destiny, and just like they play for the name on the jersey. As you notice at halftime, one thing Cal said is, we got to pass the ball. It's not about you. We got to pass the ball. And we passed the ball in the second half, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that as well. I'm a very appreciative guy because I love my Wildcats. And my Wildcats just freaking advanced to the Sweet 16, and I'm freaking excited. And you should too if you're a true fan. This is what we do, baby. This is what we do. This is why people come to Kentucky. This is the reason why Reed Travis came to Kentucky, for this reason. He even hit some big free throws down the stretch today when we needed it the most. He got on the foul line with that. He looked at that free throw, at that rim head on, and says, I'm going to conquer this beast and knock down 2 free throws. Come on, baby. Somebody give me a thumbs up, because Reed did what he was supposed to do, and you can't ask for nothing better. Nothing better than what those guys did today. We got offensive rebounds. We blocked out. It kind of scared me, because at the end, when that guy came down and tapped in that left-hand layup, I had a flashback of the LSU game. I had a huge flashback of that because we didn't block out. But we refused to lose today. The same way teams refuse to give up when they play Kentucky, we refuse to allow a team to beat us when we know we need to win the ball game, and just how important it is. We're going for number 9, man. We're going for number 9. If we got to scratch and crawl and fight and just do whatever for the whole entire game, that's what we're willing to do, okay? Where our mindset is, if we're not going to beat you by 40 points, then by God, we're going to scrap with you until that horn goes up. And by God, we plan on being the victorious guy of it all because we are going to the Sweet 16. I cannot wait. And this time, we're not going to have that same thing we had last year. We're not going to have it. And if you don't think PJ Washington wants to come back and redeem himself in a Sweet 16 with a chance to go to the Elite 8 on the line, I'll just leave that out there. I'll just leave that out there. See, those guys did what they had to do. They got us to the second weekend. They got PJ another week of rest. Hey, we don't know what's going to go on with PJ. He may show up next week. He may not show up next week. We don't know. But all we know is this: it's the next man up. And we have to respect that. And we got to go on and keep winning for PJ and for the name on the front of our jerseys, which says Kentucky. And if we keep doing that, it's game time, baby. It's game time. Go ahead and put my name on that Elite 8 line because I feel the Wildcats are going. They are going. So I've talked enough, guys. I apologize if I seem too overly excited about us winning against Wofford. But I have to admit, Wofford gave us all we can do. And I love my Wildcats. And I try because it's my passionate nerves and my heart that just comes out when my Wildcats play. How can I not talk about them? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, when I think about my Kentucky Wildcats, just think about how they played today and think about how they refused to lose and think about how they went after those balls. And did you see Reed Travis on the floor doing that military cross? I got to get this ball. I got to get this ball. I got to get this ball. When he did that, I knew the game. I knew we was going to win the game because our guys came to show up to play. And I like that. I like that very, very much. So that is great. Who's you guys' favorite? Who's you guys' most valuable player today? Who do you guys pick? I got Higgins. Throw out some names. Who do you like? Who was your best player today? Because I know who my best player was. I got to go with Higgins because the guy just penetrated the lane and just did what he wanted to do. And he didn't, they was giving him that 3-point shot. He wasn't making. He didn't put his head down. He didn't stop. He just kept going. He kept fighting. He realized what his strength was today. And his strength was to be able to drive to the hole and be able to do it. Yeah, okay. You know what? That's not a bad choice. Reed Travis he had some big plays down the low. And I tell you, when we needed Reed Travis the most with his big body, he came through for us, guys. He came through for us. Tell you what, man, I don't know what would have happened if that guy would have scored, but Nick Richards came over, and let me tell you, he got it in, and I like that. I tell you, our guys, EJ and Nick, confidence, man. I'm telling you, confidence is building. Confidence is just building each game. Just give me one more game. We just chipping away at it, man. What's the best way to eat an elephant? One game at a time. And we're doing it, man. Baker and Higgins. I mean, because, you know what, Brian? I can actually see why you say Baker, because Baker, in my opinion, Baker made the three-pointer that, to me, was a turning point. That was kind of like the seal on the thing between him and Hero. But that shot that Baker made was good. Baker came off the bench today because we was in foul trouble. He gave us some good quality minutes. He stuck with him, and that's awesome. Baker had a good game, man. I cannot take. I am so happy when Baker has a good game. Myself, like most of you guys, we want Baker to have so much success. The same way we want Nick Richards to have so much success. The same way we want EJ to have so much success. I mean, we're rooting for these people, man. We are. We're rooting for these guys. And when they come in the game, we get all excited. We get excited because they get to get on the floor. We know they athletic. We know they got what it takes to play at Kentucky or they wouldn't be here at Kentucky. And they get to give our other guys a rest. I get excited about that. How can you not just get excited when you see the guys walk on the floor? A rest, you can depend on them, and you can just play ball. Congratulations. There you go, JW. Congratulations on Kentucky for making a Sweet 16. I love it. I know you love it. I tell you, Baker's going to have that huge breakout game, man. His confidence is moving. I wish he would shoot. Cal is giving him the green light to shoot the ball. I wish he would shoot more. I think he's afraid to shoot the ball because if he misses, I think he's afraid Cal's going to take him out. So I think that's why he's hesitant. But I'm glad he didn't care about if he missed or made it or whatever today when he hit that big three, because we needed that. And he hit it right over there in Cal's face and says, yo, I'm playing ball, baby. What's going on? What's next? Who's next? Ricky Roberts says, who would you rather play, Houston or Ohio State? Houston, well, oh man, Ohio State played in the Big Ten. So that's a good conference. Houston didn't really play in a what's the name. I'm curious. I didn't really watch a whole lot of Houston play this year. But I'm just curious on how Houston can match up with our big guys. Like I said before, PJ had a great Sweet 16 last year, but he had a bad Sweet 16 last year. And the reason why he had a bad Sweet 16 last year, because he couldn't hit free throws. He make a couple more free throws, we in the Elite Eight. It's really that simple. And I think that was a real big decision on him coming back as well. Not only just for him to overall prove himself, but I believe he left too much out there on the court and that he wanted to go get it. And I respect him for that, for coming back. And that's why I think that he's going to get well this week and he's going to be out on the floor regardless if it's Houston or Ohio State. I'm just ready to play ball. I am. Who do you guys want to see? Would you guys rather see Houston or Ohio State? Because at this point, my belief in my Wildcats is so strong, I just say bring either one on. Bring them on. That's what I got to say. I just don't think those teams are going to be able to match with us physically and with our height and with everything else. It's just going to be awesome. Ryan, you're right. We play next Friday. We definitely need that rest. And the guys get off the feet and just give it, all these, PJ's, he hasn't played since last Saturday. So he's going to be out almost he's going to be out for a while before he even had to get back on the court. So that's good right there. That his foot gets some rest and we'll see what goes from there. Yep, I like what Mary says. She made a great point. This is March. Everyone's going to play their best in March because they know it's one and done. If you lose, you go home. If you win, you keep moving. So the people see it. Basically, it's like, look, I can be tired later. Okay, if I'm tired out here, I can sleep later. But today, I got to play. I got to give everything in my tank and don't leave nothing out there on the floor. And that's what Wofford did. So heads up to those guys. Well, you're a smart man, Jason. If you hate Ohio State, there you go. So maybe we'll play them just for you. Oh, but we do need PJ back. We do. But if we don't, I just want to put this out there, not to really put a dampener on everything that's going on. But, I read, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did or heard the comments from PJ's dad. And you could tell the frustration in his dad's voice because there's so many negative UK fans that just feel like he's not going to come back. He's protecting his stock, for the draft. The last time I checked, he came back to Kentucky. He came back for a chance to win a national championship. Why at this point at the year, why would he just say, I don't want to play no more. I just want to wait for the NBA. That would be crazy. And we have to stop that. We have to stop tweeting out how mad we are at PJ for not playing or he's not playing because he wants to go to the NBA and all that right there. The kid wants to win a national championship. Okay? That's why he came back. And we as Kentucky fans, we have to lighten up on that, man. We do. Now, I know that there's no better team to root for than Kentucky. And I know that there's no better fans out there than it is for the BBN. But you know what? Sometimes we can get rowdy. We can get too rowdy. And we got to learn to have self-control over what we say. And we got to think before we speak. Because believe me, kids coming in or watching this, prospect kids are watching this. They read Twitter. They read all this information. And that's the last thing they want to do is feel like they got to come to a program. Or if they get hurt, then they're going to be attacked by the fan base because they setting out a game or two. We have definitely got to do better as a fan base, man. We have got to do better. We got to treat our players with respect. And the first thing we got to worry about is their health. Not if they can win a basketball game or not if whatever, but if their health is good, that's what we have to count on. We got to let these guys get healthy, and then we'll take on later, okay? Because I love my Kentucky Wildcats, period, blank. But you know what? At the end of the day, and I know this is going to be unpopular, and people probably going to hate me for this, but it's just a basketball game. Because we got to think about these kids' healths and them getting better. You got to put yourself as a parent in this situation, and the only thing you want is for your kid to get better. So enough of that. I didn't want to pull the damper down or nothing like that, but I had to address that because that's been going on a lot this week. And I'm telling you, it's such a negative look on the University of Kentucky and the players and and it really takes away from the solid, truthful, faithful 100% fans who love their Wildcats. It takes away from them being who they are, and they're being overshadowed by the handful who are just so negative. So don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. But anyway, back to the Sweet 16. We go to the Sweet 16. You know what I'm saying? We going. So this is great, man. Kansas City bound, man. Is anybody going to the game in Kansas City? I'm pretty sure. BBN, we travel big, so it ain't going to be no big thing. We'll be in the house like we always were because they was loud today. And that was good to see those guys supporting our troops, our guys, and just showing them how much we love them and how much that we're there for them and that we believe in them. And I tell you what, there's no better place to be at when you get thousands of people chanting "Go Big Blue." Ain't nothing like it, baby. It ain't nothing like it. I to be honest, I've only heard it. Well, I've heard it in football. I've only heard it in basketball one time. But it just gives you this warm feeling all over your heart is that you're part of something special. And that's being rooting for the Kentucky Wildcats. And you can't ask nothing. You can't ask for nothing else. You really can't. So that's awesome. Anybody got any questions? You should go, John. Why not, man? Why not? Take that drive. I wish I was that drive. I wish I was that close. I tell you what, I think I would have to highly consider it. I say honestly, I don't think with Ohio State being in in the Big Ten, I don't think Houston has faced anybody like us this year. But neither has Wofford, and look what they did. They took us down to the last shot. So, as Mary J say, everybody plays their best in March. So it really at this point, don't matter if we play Ohio State, it don't matter if we play Houston. One thing is for sure, we're going to show up. The other team's going to show up. It's just how bad does the winner want it, and they have to go take it. That's what it comes down to, because that is what makes the March Madness so special. So special about March Madness. Because these kids are playing for their life. Some kids play today, they'll never touch a basketball again because they're seniors. So they'll move on with their life. Others, they get to come back next year. So it's hard, It's just one of those things. But UK came out on top today. And Wofford, while I respect what you did, while I respect what how you played us and how much energy you had, I'm going to have to take you, Wofford, and move you to the side because now we're looking on. We can't look to the side no more. We've already conquered that, okay? We are 2 games in to a 6-game winning streak, and I like that. We are. It did because, I think as Brian said, I think this right here was just another way for us to get confidence. Each individual player got some confidence as well as the team as a whole got confidence, because, these guys was hitting everything. And we understood that when, for most of those guys, this is only their second March Madness game. So they're just getting their feet wet. And it's only going to get really harder from here. So that's going to give us as a team to say, hey, okay, everybody that we play from here on out is going to give us their absolutely best, hands down. They're going to give us their best. How do we withstand that? And I think they're going to pull together and look at this tape and say, we can do this, guys. We stick together as a team. We do not panic. We do not get ahead of ourselves, and we stick to our ball game. We don't start playing at the level that the other team is playing. We're better than the other team. We have to continue to play at our level. As long as we continue to play at our level, we're going to be okay. Gotta stay hungry, man. Just gotta stay hungry, man. Yep. If we stay hungry, we'll be okay. We gotta stay hungry. You know, we can't, while we won a game today that we were supposed to win, hashtag don't be satisfied. Don't be satisfied. This game is over. Move on. Now we can start planning. Now we can step back tonight, watch and see who we're going to play, and start planning. The advantage of this is we get more time to prepare for our opponent. We get a chance to get back in the gym and practice a little bit. We get a chance to walk through some things on our own floor before we head back out to Kansas to take on the winner of those guys. Someone said they don't want to play Ohio State. Well, hey, let's root for Houston and see what happens. You know, at the end of the day, whatever team lines up in front of us, they know one thing for sure. They're playing the Kentucky Wildcats. And whether they have the high confidence or not, once again, they know that they are playing the Kentucky Wildcats. And to me, that's the only thing that matters the most is they know who they playing. And that's how good the game is. And that's where it's at. So, well, guys, thank you so much. It's still an early day. I'm not sure where you at in this world right now, but it's a beautiful day here. So I'm just going to go enjoy this day, and I'm just soak this up and just breathe a little bit. We got a chance to breathe a little bit before we got to go back on there. Well, then we need to play Buckeyes then so we can shut them up. That's as simple as that, Marta. Let's just play them and let's just knock them off. That's how you shut them up. That's it. Yep. So love you guys. Thank you. I'm the loyal BBN fan on YouTube, podcasts, and also Facebook. So if you haven't liked my fan page on Facebook, just go on over and just like that page. I really appreciate that. And let's just keep rooting on the Wildcats, guys. Let's go, Cats. I love you guys. 1, 2, 3, Cats.